All right. Everybody stand up. Stand up. All right. Everybody stand up.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you. Please be seated. This is the 5 a.m. calendar on January 25th, 2025. Orders were given on the first of the month regarding the taking of DNA and fingerprints. Those orders are still in effect today. This is the 5 a.m. calendar on January 25th, not every single one of you has to give your DNA or given on the first of the month. Those orders are going to be on your fingerprints. Those orders are still here to do a few things for you today. Number one, I'm here to let you know why you're here. Not every single one of you has to give your DNA or fingerprints. If you do, those orders are going to be on your paperwork. Counsel. The vast majority of you are going to be assigned counsel, which leads to my number one. I'm here to let you know why you're here. Please don't talk about the facts of your case. If you might be released, say you do can be used against you. If you're going to be assigned counsel, the vast majority of you are going to be assigned counsel. Please don't talk about the facts of your case unless it's with your attorney. Please don't talk about the facts of your case. Second, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions. Can be used against you. I'm not your legal counsel. I can't answer video questions for you. So please don't talk about the facts of your case unless it's for your attorney. Finally, second, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of throwing out lots of different dates. Unfortunately, I'm not your different counsel. I can answer legal questions. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. Please save your legal questions for your attorney because it's all going to be on your paperwork. Please don't throw out lots of different dates. Otherwise, you might some of you different types of release conditions. Forget to follow. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. Back here. That means you have to keep your paperwork. It's all going to be on your paperwork. First name I call is going to come to the podium. Otherwise, you might inside the courtroom. Second name I call is going to sit on the chair next to the door back here. And then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar. Call two names. First name I call is going to come up to the podium. Get Ebony O'Neill to the podium. Second name I call is going to sit on the chair next to the door. And then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar is done. Could I please get Ebony O'Neill to the podium? Could I get your name and date of birth to the chair, please?
Ebony O'Neill, 8/3/1983.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. Probable cause is previously found for possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 felony,
Ebony
and possession
O'Neill,
of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. These charges happened back in August 2024 for possession of narcotic drugs. I'm assigning you counsel. Your next possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, January 31st and February 3rd. The charges happened back in August of 2024. Because there's an allegation that you committed this offense, I'm assigning you on release for your next court date or January 30th. You're going to be held non-bondable January 31st and February 3rd on the downtown Superior Court. Because there's an allegation that you committed this offense to the podium on release for a 2018 case, to the chair, you're going to be held non-bondable at this time. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Thomas Gonzalez to the podium.
Thomas Anthony Gonzalez
Rico
Jr.
Prunty to the chair, please.
1488.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause. Thank you, sir. You an attorney. You're here today on Superior Court new case. January 30th. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, Class 4 downtown Superior Court. Possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. There's an allegation that you committed this offense while on release attorney from an offense that you were here for January 30th. So you're going to be held non-bondable February 3rd in the downtown Superior Court. Sir, there's an allegation that you committed this offense while on release from an offense that you were here for a few days ago, so you're going to be held non-bondable. So unfortunately, these dates are set by the computer, and so you're going to have to work out the dates with your other court case.
Can I please get out? I haven't got same thing.
Yeah, sir, sorry, sir. Unfortunately, these held non-bondable by the computer, and so you're going to have to work out the dates with your other court case.
Can I please get out?
I'm sorry, by law, I have to hold you non-bondable, okay? Sorry, sir, you're held non-bondable at this time.
On the thing it says that I did it from my...
Rico Prunty to the podium. Sir, I'm sorry, by law, I have to hold you non-bondable, okay? Please step to your left for your paperwork. Sir, Rico Prunty to the podium.
Rico Prunty,
Jaime Prieto to the chair, please.
5/29/1982.
Thank you, sir. You're here today in a Superior Court arrest warrant through our Attorney General's office. Probable cause is previously found for
Rico
one count of
Prunty, 5/29/1982.
Representation in class here today in the Superior Court arrest warrant. One count of fraudulent schemes and practices, a class 5 felony, and 16 counts of found false statements to obtain benefits, a class 6 felony. Theft by misrepresentation, a class 3 felony. Next court date is going to be February 3rd in the downtown schemes and practices, a class 5 felony. My understanding, sir, is you've been of false statements to obtain benefits, class 6 felony. Okay, and so I'm assigning because of that, you're going to be held non-bondable at this time. Once you finish your case here in Arizona, then it'll be transported back to your federal facility. Transported from federal prison. Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. And so, sir, because of that, you're going to be held non-bondable at this time. Once you finish your case here in Arizona, then it'll be transported back to Ryan Galvan to the chair, please. Okay. Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Name and date of birth, please.
Name is Jaime Prieto.
Jaime Prieto to the podium. Thank you. You're here today on Ryan Galvan to the chair, please. You've been arrested for armed robbery, a class 2 felony, kidnapping, a class 2 felony.
Name is Jaime
Possession of marijuana for sale, a class 2 felony. Thank you. You're here today on dangerous drug use case, a class 4 felony. You've been arrested for armed robbery, a class 2 felony. Possession or use of a weapon and drug offense, a class 4 felony. Possession of marijuana by a prohibited person, a class 4 felony. Possession of dangerous drugs for sale, a class 4 on everything except for the possession or use of a weapon and drug sale, class 4 felony. Everything else I have found weapon by a prohibited person, a class 4 felony. Attorney. Your next court date is January 30th and February for the possession of dangerous drugs for sale, setting a cash bond of $200. Everything else I have found probable cause. If you're able to post that bond, you're going to be on pretrial services. Your next court date is January 30th and February 3rd in the downtown Superior Court. Furthermore, if you post that bond, you're going to cash bond of $250,000. No contact with any of the victims. If you're able to post that bond, you're going to be on pretrial services with drug testing and not to possess any ankle monitor. Alcohol. Furthermore, if you post that bond, you're not to return to the scene of the crime. Ryan Galvan to the podium. Any of the victims. Alan Fish to the chair, please. Co-defendant. Not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Hello, I'm Ryan Galvin.
Please step to your left for your paperwork.
2004.
Thank you. You're here today. Ryan Galvan to the podium. Alan Fish, arrested for armed robbery, a class 2 felony. Kidnapping, a class 2 felony.
Hello, I'm Ryan Galvin.
Possession of narcotic drugs for sale, a class 2 felony. Thank you. Possession of marijuana for sale, a class 2 felony. You've been arrested for armed robbery, a class 2 felony. 4 felony. Kidnapping, a class 2 felony. Probable cause on all possession of narcotic drugs for sale, a class 2 felony. Of narcotic drugs for marijuana for sale, everything else I found. Probable cause on a weapon and drug offense, signing you an attorney. Felony. Your next court dates are January 30th and February 3rd in downtown for the possession of narcotic drugs for sale. Setting a cash bond for you at $200,000. Cause on. If you're able to bond out, an attorney on pretrial services. Your next court dates are January 30th and the electronic ankle monitor downtown Superior Court. If you bond out, not to return to the scene of the crime. Setting a cash bond for you at $200,000. No contact with the bond out, and be on pretrial services, any weapons, drug testing, and an electronic ankle monitor. You left for your paperwork. If you bond out, not to return to the scene of the crime. Alan Fish to the podium. With the victim. Junior Garcia to the chair, please. Co-defendant, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Sir, name and date of birth, please.
Alan Fish.
Alan Fish to the podium. Junior Garcia to the chair, please. You're here today in a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for unlawful flight, a class 5 felony. Name and date of birth, please. 2 counts of endangerment, class 1 misdemeanor. 1 count of aggressive driving, a class 1 Superior Court new case. 1 count of reckless driving, a class 2 misdemeanor. Flight, a class 5 felony. 1 count of excessive speed, a class 3 misdemeanor. Class 1 misdemeanor. And 1 count of aggressive driving, a class 1 misdemeanor. I have found 1 count of reckless driving, a class 2 misdemeanor. I am assigning you an attorney. 1 count of excessive speed, a class 3 misdemeanor. And February 3rd. 1 count of criminal nuisance, a class 3 misdemeanor. Setting a secured appearance bond of $10,000 on all charges. Sir, I'm assigning you bond out. You're going to be on pretrial services. Next court dates are January 30th within the electronic ankle monitor. Downtown Superior Court. Also, if you bond out, secured appearance bond of $10,000 alcohol. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're going to be on pretrial services release. Junior Garcia to the podium. Electronic ankle monitor. Michael Saman to the chair. If you bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Junior Garcia to the podium. Michael Samans to the chair, please. Sir, name and date of birth, please.
Junior Garcia, 7/11/1980.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for criminal trespass, a class 6 felony. Sir, name and date of birth, please. I have found probable
Junior
cause.
Garcia,
I'm assigning you an attorney.
7/11/1980.
Your next court date is going to be here today on January 30th case and February 3rd. You've been arrested for criminal trespass, a class 6 felony. Setting a secured appearance bond of $5,000. I'm assigning you an attorney. If you're able to bond out, your next court date is going to be January 30th. Furthermore, if you bond out, in the downtown scene of the crime. No contact with any secured appearance bond of $5,000. Not to possess any weapons. If you're able to bond out, you're going to be on pretrial services.
Your Honor, can I ask for OR?
If you bond out,
I don't have my money right now.
the crime,
like that.
no contact with any victim or witness.
And I didn't break into the place like that. I just I have the key and... Your Honor, can I ask for OR? I have one question, like, is this money right now? Judicial branch, and this is my first charge, one of the like this, and I didn't break into the place like that, I testify, I have the key and tell the truth, nothing but the truth. I have one question, like, is this judicial branch courts? One of the courts that would be under the, you know, the guidance where you guys testify.
So,
yeah, I nothing but the truth. Respectfully, Your Honor, by putting your hand on the Bible, is this one of those courts? I believe in God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, judicial branch, under His guidance, not to rob, steal, kill, or destroy, but so, yeah, just under His guidance, respectfully, Your Honor, my trespass has been forgiven, I pray. I believe in God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I court for, I was under His guidance, not to rob, steal, or kill, or destroy, but keep going under His guidance, get some things going out there. My trespass has been forgiven, just prayed, and I do just ask the court for, I would just like, just an OR appearance to get back out there. Keep going and get some things going out there and you know, get this going from out there and if the court would please grant me the responsible chance to get back out there and come to court and like that. Just want to work a little bit and get this going from out there.
I appreciate you talking from the
If the
heart.
court would please grant me the
I'm going to affirm the bond that I've set.
Show responsibility.
Your next court date's going to be January 30th. You can talk to that judge about having the bond reduced at that time, okay? Sir, I appreciate you talking from the heart, but at this time, I'm going to affirm the bond that I've set. To the podium. Your next court date's going to be January 30th. You can talk to that judge about having the bond reduced at that time, okay?
That's fine.
All right, please step to your left, sir.
Thank you.
Michael Smith to the podium.
Michael Smith.
Sonny Medved to the chair, please. Thank you. You're here today on 2 failure to appear warrants. I'm not assigning you counsel. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court date, name and date of birth is going to be January 30th in downtown Superior Court. Thank you. You're here today on 2 failure to appear warrants. I'm going to be affirming the bond assigned by original judge. You're going to go back to your original attorney. $500 cash bond on one. It's going to be January 30th in downtown Superior Court. Both matters. $1,500 cash. Time I'm going to be affirming the bond set by original judge. If you're able to bond out, $500 cash bond on one, any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and a $1,000 cash bond on the other, so it's a $1,500 cash only bond. Sonny Medved to the podium. Naomi, if you're able to bond the chair, please. You are not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Sonny Medved to the podium. Naomi Govan to the chair, please. Thank you. Could I please have your name and date of birth, please?
Sonny Medved, 4/1985.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 failure to appear warrants. I'm not assigning you counsel. You're going to go back to your original attorney for both cases. Thank you. Could I please have your name and date of birth, please? For both cases, your next court date is going to be January 31st. You're here today on downtown failure to appear warrants. I'm not assigning you counsel. You're going to go back to your original attorney for both cases. $250 secured on one case. For both cases, your next court date is going to be January on the other case in the downtown Superior Court. If you're able to bond out, I'm affirming the bond set by your original judge. $250 secured on one case. Please step to your left for your paperwork. And $1,000 secured on the other case. Ma'am, if you're able to bond out, you are not to possess any weapons. Naomi Govan to the podium. Osvaldo Dominguez to the chair, please. Ma'am, Naomi Govan to the podium.
Naomi Govan.
Osvaldo Dominguez to the chair, please. You're here today on 2 matters, a Superior Court new case and a municipal court warrant. I'm going to talk to you about your new case first. Ma'am, name and date of birth, please. You've been arrested for shoplifting with an artifice. Thank you. You're here today on 2 matters, a Superior Court new case and a municipal court warrant. Your next court dates are January 30th and February 3rd in the downtown. You've been arrested for shoplifting with an artifice, setting a secured appearance bond of $1,000. I have found probable cause. I am assigned out an attorney. Placed on pretrial. Next court dates are January 30th and February. Not to return downtown Superior Court. No contact with any victim or witness. Setting a secured appearance bond of $1,000. Not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Bond out. And you may not enter any fries or their premises. Furthermore, you're not to return to the scene of the crime. You also have a municipal contact with any victim or witness. So for that one, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Your next court date's February 3rd. You may not enter any fries or their premises. I'm affirming the bond set by the judge out there. It's a $100 secured appearance bond. So for that one, I am assigning counsel as well. Your next court date's February 3rd at the Tolleson City Court.
How do I
I'm
have a
affirming the bond set by the judge out there. It's a $100 secured appearance bond. Were arrested for shoplifting, criminal trespass, and so you have a failure to appear for your court dates out in Tolleson.
How do I have a warrant from Tolleson?
There's a valid warrant out of Tolleson City. Were arrested for shoplifting, you'll find out on February 3rd, so you have a failure to appear for your court dates out in Tolleson.
I never had a court date in Tolleson.
There's a valid warrant out of Osvaldo Dominguez to the podium. Ricky Gamboa to the chair, please. What that's all about. Please step to your left, ma'am. Name and date of birth, please. Osvaldo Dominguez to the podium. Ricky Gamboa to the chair, please. Thank you. You're here today in a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for theft of means of transportation and Class 3 felony, please.
Osvaldo Dominguez,
Serial number, Class 5 felony.
2003.
Thank you. You're here today in a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for theft of means of transportation and Class 3 felony, misdemeanor, altering a vehicle serial numbers, Class 5 felony. On all charges, I am assigning you counsel. Theft to Class 6 felony. Your next court dates are January 30th and February 3rd in the downtown Superior Court. To Class 2 misdemeanor. Setting a secured appearance bond for $1,000 on all matters. Sir, if on all charges, I am assigning you contact with any victim or witness. Your next court dates are January 30th and February 3rd in the downtown Superior Court. Weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Setting a secured appearance bond for $1,000. Sir, if you're able to bond out. Ricky Gamboa to the podium. Delano Lopez to the chair, please. The scene of the arrest, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left here. Sir, name and date of birth, please.
10/17/1970.
Ricky Gamboa to the podium.
Ricky
Delano Lopez to the
Gamboa.
chair, please. Thank you. You're here today on an out-of-county warrant. This comes out of the Pima Consolidated Justice Court. Name and date of birth, please. So I'm assigning you an attorney. Full name, please. Your next court date is going to be January 29th. Again, that's down in Pima County. You're here today on an out-of-county warrant. This comes out of the Pima Consolidated Judge down there. It's a $500 so I'm assigning you an attorney. Sir, if you're able to bond out, it's going to be January 29th. Again, that's down in Pima County with any victim or witness. I am affirming the bond set by the judge down there. It's a $500
stay here
appearance
until
bond.
they pick me up because I don't have
Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of crime, no contact with any victim or witness. Got to do what he has. Not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
I'm just gonna stay here until they pick me up because I don't have no money.
Someone will pick you up or you get transported. That's the judge down there wanted $500. Either way, January 29th is your next court date, all right?
I'm gonna stay here in the county until.
Please up to your
What
left.
if they don't pick me up ever?
Delano Lopez to the podium. Someone will pick you up or you get transported. Joshua Menzie to the chair, please. Either way, January 29th is your next court date, all right? Thank you, sir. Please up to your left. Delano Lopez to the podium. Date of birth, please. Joshua Menzie to the chair, please.
Delno Lopez, March 16th, 1994.
Thank you. You're here today in a Superior Court arrest warrant. Probable cause is previously found for... Name and date of birth, please. Possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony.
Delno
and
Lopez,
possession of drug
March 16th,
paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony.
1994.
Thank you. You're here today in a Superior Court arrest warrant. Back in March of 2024. Found for... I have found probable cause, dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, January 30th and February 3rd in the downtown Superior Court. Charges happened back in March of 2024. Set by the judge at $500. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. If you're able to bond out, not to possess any weapons. Your next court dates are January 30th and February 3rd in the downtown contact your PO within 3 days. Affirming the bond set by the judge, $500 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Joshua Menzie to the podium. Bond out. Jenna Grimes to the chair, please. 3 days.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Sir, name and date of birth. Joshua Menzie to the podium. Jenna Grimes to the chair, please. Thank you. You're here today on a Justice Court warrant. I am assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be January 28th at the North Mesa Justice Court. Thank you. You're here today on a Justice Court warrant set by the judge out there. It's a $500 I am assigning you an attorney. Bond. Your next court date is going to be January 28th at the North Mesa Justice Court. Please step to your left. I'm affirming the bond set by the judge out there. It's a $500 secured appearance bond. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons. Jenna Grimes to the podium. Michael Salomon to the chair, please. Please wait to your left. You'll get your paperwork.
Okay.
Jenna Grimes to the podium. Michael Salomon to the chair, please. Can I get your name and date of birth, please?
Jenna Grimes, 6/15/88.
Thank you. You're here today on a municipal court warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be January 28th at the Peoria City Court, please.
Jenna Grimes, 6/15/88.
I am affirming the bond set by that judge. It's a $250 cash bond. Your next court date is going to be January 28th at the Peoria City Court. Scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness. I am affirming the bond set by that judge. It's a $250 cash bond. Please step to your left for your paperwork. If you're able to pay that bond, you're not to return to the scene of the crime. Michael Salomon to the chair. Any victim or witness. To the podium. Not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Kimber Willis to the chair, please. Thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Name and date of birth, Michael Salomon to the chair. To the podium. Thank you. Apologize for mispronouncing Kimber Willis to the chair, please. You're here for 2 probation violation warrants, so I'm assigning you an attorney.
Michael
Your next court date on both of your matters is going to be January 31st. Your last downtown Superior Court. I am for 2 probation violation warrants, so I'm assigning you probation violation judge. Your next court date on both of your matters is going to be January 31st in downtown Superior Court. Sir, if you're able to bond out, the bond set by your probation violation judge. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within secured on each one, so a total of $100 secured. Paperwork. Sir, if you're able to bond out, you're not Kimber Willis to the podium. Alcohol. Andrea White to the chair, please. If you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Hi, name and date of birth. Kimber Willis to the podium.
9/18/83.
Andrea White to the chair, please. You're here today on a municipal court warrant. I am assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be January 29th. Hi, out of the Goodyear City
Kimber
Court.
Willis, 9/18/83.
I am affirming the bond. Thank you. You're here today on a municipal court warrant. Secured appearance bond. I am assigning you an attorney. Ma'am, if you're able to bond out, your next court date is going to be January 29th. No contact with Goodyear City Court and not to possess any weapons. I am affirming the bond set by the judge out there for $100 secured appearance bond.
And can I use like
Ma'am, if you're able to bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime.
Like they took
No
my
contact
wallet.
with any victim or witness. Your wallet, you're not going to have access to drugs or alcohol. I'm not sure.
So it's $100.
You know someone on the
I
outside.
do. I do. Yeah, he was my own like money that they have out.
But it's
Like,
$100.
they took my wallet. Thank you
So
so
if
much.
they take your wallet, you're not going to have access to it, so I'm not sure. Andrea White to the podium.
I do.
Shamar
I do,
Thornton
yeah.
to the chair, please.
Bond me out.
But it's $100, so.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Step to your left. Andrea White to the podium. Shamar Thornton to the chair, please. Andre White. And then Shamar Thornton to the chair, please. And then Shamar Thornton to the chair, please. Morning, sir. Name and date of birth, please.
Andre White, 11/13/1994.
Thank you. You're here today on a municipal court new case. You've been arrested for, morning, sir. Name and date of birth, please. Shoplifting, class 1 misdemeanors. I have found probable cause. Thank you. You're here today on a municipal court new case. Next court date is going to be January 29th. You've been arrested for City Court. Setting security appearance bond of $100. Class 1 misdemeanors. I have found probable cause. I'm signing an attorney. No contact with any victim or witness. January 29th in the Goodyear City Court. And you may not enter any security appearance bond of $100. Sir, if you're able to bond out, not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Shamar Thornton to the podium. And you may not enter any. Jacob Mattis to the chair, please. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir.
Thank you.
Shamar Thornton to the podium. Jacob Mattis to the chair, please.
Shamar Thornton, 04/02/2003.
Thank you. You're here today on a failure to appear warrant. I'm not assigning you a new attorney. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Name and date of birth, please. Your next court date is going to be January 31st in the Downtown Superior Court. Thank you. You're here today on a failure to appear warrant. $50 secured. I'm not assigning you a new attorney. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Not to possess any weapons. Your next court date is going to be January 31st in the Downtown Superior Court. Contact your probation officer. Affirming the bond set by your judge. It's a $50 secured appearance bond. Sir, if you're able to bond out. Jacob Mattis to the podium. Drugs or alcohol. Tristan Isaac to the chair, please. If you bond out, you have to contact your probation officer within 3 days. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Jacob Mattis to the podium. Tristan Isaac to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Jacob Matus, 1996, October 27th.
Thank you. Apologize for mispronouncing your last name, sir. You are here on a probation violation warrant. I am assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be January 31st in the Downtown Superior Court. Apologize for mispronouncing your last name, sir. Probation violation. You are here on a $50 violation warrant. I am assigning you an attorney. You're not to possess any weapons. Your next court date is going to be January 31st in the Downtown Superior Court. If you bond out, you have to contact your PO by your probation violation judge. It's a $50 security appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons. Tristan Isaac to the podium. Most important thing, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Tristan Isaac to the podium. Jose Montufar to the chair, please. Please.
Tristan Isaac, 62503.
Thank you. You're also here on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is going to be January 31st in the Downtown Superior Court.
Tristan Isaac,
Confirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. It's also here on a probation violation warrant. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons. Your next court date is going to be January 31st in the Downtown Superior Court. You have to contact your probation bond set by your probation violation judge. It's a $50 appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Jose Montefar to the podium. Christopher Higgins to the chair, please. Probation officer within 3 days. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Jose Montefar to the podium. Christopher Higgins to the chair, please.
3198.
Thank you. You're here today in a municipal court new case. You've been arrested for assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor, criminal damage, Class 1 misdemeanor,
Jose
disorderly
Montefar,
conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor.
12/31/98.
Thank you. You're here today in a municipal court new case. Attorney. You've been arrested for assault, Class 1 misdemeanor, criminal damage, Class 1 misdemeanor, disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor. On your promise to appear, I'm releasing you today. I'm assigning you conditions you have to follow, though, once you're released. Your next court date's going to be can't return to the scene of the crime. No contact with the victim. City Court, can't possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. I'm going to be releasing you today. If there's any orders of protection put out against you, you have to follow those orders. You can't return to the scene of the crime. This applies to you. No contact with the victim. Can't possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Then if there's any orders of protection put out against you, you have to follow those orders. So, sir, I don't know if this applies to you, but you're going to have to move out and find someplace else to live. You have one civil standby with local law enforcement. You have to move out. You have to return to the residence to collect your essential belongings and your caution that violation of the victim contact order. You're going to have to move out and find someplace else to live. You're allowed one civil standby. Understand these conditions. Local law enforcement. Do you promise to follow these conditions to collect your essential belongings and your caution that a violation of the February 12th order your city court can lead to a Class 6 felony? Upon understand these conditions, you'll be released on your own cognizance. Do you promise to follow these conditions? Your paperwork.
Yes, thank you.
Do you promise to appear on February 12th to the podium? Your city court. Sergio Luna to the chair. Confidence, promise to appear. You'll be released on your own cognizance today. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
All right, thank you.
Christopher Higgins to the podium. Sergio Luna to the chair. Thank you. Could you get your name and date of birth, please?
Christopher Higgins, 9/1/1968.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony. Name and date of birth, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. Your next court date, you've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony. Downtown Superior Court. Drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. Sir, upon your promise to appear, I have found probable cause. I'm going to be releasing you today, but there's some conditions, all right? Dates are going to be February 10th, pretrial services release. Downtown, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Sir, upon your promise to appear, I'm going to be releasing you today. There's some conditions, all right?
Yes.
Sir, you're going to be placed on pretrial February 10th and February 12th, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Yes.
Do you understand these promises to appear? I'll be releasing him to the supervision of pretrial services.
Yes.
Sir, if you respond on February 10th and February 12th during normal business hours today, their phone number is going to be on your paperwork. If you don't contact them once you're out, supervision of pretrial services be brought back here. Do you understand that? Sir, it's your responsibility to call them once you're released during normal business hours today. Their phone number is going to be on your paperwork. Sir, if you don't contact them once you're out, you may come back. You may be brought back here. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Sergio Luna?
Good morning. Sergio Luna and, I'm sorry.
Sir, do you need an interpreter?
Huh?
Do you need an interpreter?
I don't speak English.
Okay.
Señor,
Sergio Luna and,
dice the interpreter.
Sir, do you need an interpreter?
Si necesita el intérprete,
Do you need an
señor.
interpreter?
I don't speak English.
Okay.
Señor,
Sí,
me
sí, puedo
escucha,
ser,
dice the interpreter
Sí,
started
sí,
ready.
escucho.
Si necesita el intérprete, señor. Yes, I do need an interpreter.
¿Sí, qué? Ajá.
Sir, could I please get your full name and
Sí,
date of birth?
¿Me
sí, puedo
escucha?
intérprete. Sí, sí, lo escucho.
Señor, por favor, me da su nombre completo. Yes, I do need an interpreter.
Ajá.
Sir, could I
Sergio
please
Luna.
get your full name and date of birth?
Sergio Ranieri Luna Aguirre. Mi amor.
Señor, por favor, me da su nombre completo. ¿Cuál sería su fecha de nacimiento?
Sergio Luna. Sergio Ranieri Luna Aguirre. 1991.
Gracias. ¿Cuál sería su fecha de nacimiento? En español, por favor.
1708 del 91.
En español, por favor. Jesús Ramon Aguirre, August 17,
1708 del 91.
Thank you. Sir, you've been arrested for 2 counts of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanors, and 1 count of assault, Class 3 misdemeanor. Thank you. Sir, you've been arrested for 2 counts of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanors, and 1 count of assault, Class 3
delito
misdemeanor.
menor clase 2 y un cargo de agresión, clase 3 2 cargos de conducta desordenada.
I am
clase
assigning you an
2,
attorney, and your next
delito
court
menor
date will
clase
be
2
January 29th.
y un cargo de agresión, clase 3 asignarle un abogado y su siguiente fecha.
I am
en la corte
assigning you an
sería
attorney,
enero
and your next
29.
court date will be January 29th. Your court date will
Gracias, yo
you
voy a
will appear at
asignarle
the
un
White
abogado
Tank
y su
Justice
siguiente
Court.
fecha en la corte sería enero 29. Gracias, usted iría a aparecer o iría a ir,
Your
perdón, a
court
la
date
Corte de
you will
Justicia de
appear
White
at the
Tank.
White Tank Justice Court. I'm setting a secured bond of
Gracias, usted iría a
$1,000.
aparecer o iría a ir, perdón, a la Corte de Justicia de White Tank una fianza de seguridad de $1,000.
I'm setting a secured bond of $1,000. I have found probable cause on your matter.
Gracias, yo he encontrado una fianza de seguridad de $1,000.
If you're able to pay that bond, you're going to be placed on supervised release.
Porque he encontrado causa probable en su fianza, usted iría a ser puesto en
If you're able to pay that
liberación
bond, you're going to be
supervisada.
placed on supervised release. Also, if you're able to pay that bond, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, and you have to have no contact with any victim or witness.
Supervisada.
Also, if you're able to pay that bond, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, and you have to have no contact with any victim or witness.
Tener contacto con ninguna de las supuestas víctimas o testigos. La fianza liberado no puede
You're not to possess any
regresar
weapons, drugs,
a
or
la escena
alcohol.
del crimen ni tener contacto con ninguna de las supuestas víctimas o testigos.
You're not to possess any weapons, drugs,
If this
or
applies
alcohol. To you, you may not live with the victim, even if you're the owner or renter of the property.
Armas, drogas o alcohol. Gracias. Si aplica a usted, usted no puede
If this
vivir
applies
con
to
la
you,
víctima
you may not live
aún
with
y si
the
es
victim,
aún
even
si
if you're
usted es
the
el
owner
dueño
or renter
o
of the
rentario de la
property.
propiedad.
I'm warning you that a
Usted
violation of a no
puede
victim
vivir con la
contact order
víctima
can lead to a
aún
Class
y si
6
es
felony.
aún y si usted es el dueño o rentario de la propiedad. Gracias. Una violación a una orden de no
I'm warning you
contacto con la
that a
víctima
violation of
puede
a no victim
llevarle a
contact
un
order
delito
can lead
clase
to a
6.
Class 6 felony. Please step to your left for your
Gracias.
paperwork.
Una violación a una orden de no contacto con la víctima puede llevarle a un delito clase 6.
Please step to your left for your paperwork. Thank you, Mr. Interpreter.
Por favor, a su izquierda.
No, thank you very much.
Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Is it the
Thank you, Mr.
interpreter, sir?
Interpreter.
Thank you.
No, thank you very much. For the final two matters, I'll be visiting these individuals back at their cells. They pose a risk of harm to themselves or to others. Raul Sanchez, date of birth, January 1st, 1970. For the final two matters, I'll be visiting these individuals back at their cells. They pose a risk of harm to themselves or to others. Class 3 felony. Raul Sanchez, a true name of Class 2 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I am signing counsel. Here on a Superior Court case for January 30th and February 3rd in the downtown Superior Court. Arrested for aggravated assault of Class 3 felony. Setting a refusal to give a true name of Class 2 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I am signing counsel. He'll be placed on pretrial services for January 30th and February 3rd in the downtown Superior Court. To the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. Secured appearance bond of $77,000. If he's able to post that bond, he'll be placed on pretrial services with the electronic ankle monitor. 2 is here on a Superior Court case and probation violation. No contact with any victim or witness. New case, he's been arrested for criminal trespass, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I am signing counsel. Date of birth 5/24/92. His next court date is January 30th. New case and probation violation warrant. Court. As to his case, he's been arrested for criminal trespass, a Class 6 able to post that bond, not probable cause. I am signing counsel. No contact with any victim or witness. On January 30th and February 3rd in the downtown Superior Court. Setting a by his order of protection and must contact his probation bond not 3 days. Scene of the crime. As just probation violation victim or witness, signing counsel. His next court date is going to be January 31st in the downtown Superior Court. Abide by his order of protection. Setting a security clearance bond of $50 officer within 3 days. Same conditions of release. As if he's able to post that bond. Signing counsel. His next court date is going to be January 31st. After I visit these individuals back at their cells, if there's any changes to these release conditions, I'll come back on the record. Same conditions of release if he's able to post that bond. After I visit these individuals back at their cells, if there's any changes to these release conditions, I will come back on the record to make those changes. This concludes the 5 a.m. calendar.